So I'm Peter Panepento. I lead the philanthropic practice for Turn 2 Communications. We are a communications and marketing firm that works largely with nonprofits, foundations, and socially minded companies to help them tell their stories and be more effective with their communications. I'm working with BBB's Give.org to synthesize and translate a lot of the findings we're getting from a series of conversations we're having with nonprofit leaders about collaboration. So we're seeing some really interesting examples of nonprofits that are collaborating across missions and across sectors. A lot of times when people think about collaboration, they think about two hunger charities that are getting together to work on, hunger alleviation. But we're seeing a lot of really interesting examples of nonprofits that are working on very different missions, that are finding ways to collaborate and work together to solve problems in some really unique and innovative ways. There are a few examples that really come to mind of nonprofits that are really thinking outside of their missions and partnering with other nonprofits and companies and even complete other sectors in some pretty unique and fun ways. One is the Maryland Food Bank, as they were looking to build a program where they were working with farmers to donate unused food to food pantries and in Maryland. They actually partnered with the correction system to find job placement opportunities for folks who are getting out of the prison system and looking to integrate back into the workforce. And by doing that, they were not only able to find the labor they needed to actually do this important work, but they were actually able to help transition these folks back into the workforce and give them a really good opportunity to give back and build some skills. All right, so another great example is the charity Meals on Wheels, which, as you might know, delivers meals to folks who have a hard time getting out on their own to grocery shop or even, in some cases lack the ability to prepare their own meals. They were approached by a pharmaceutical company that was looking to help patients who were recovering from an illness get back on their feet. And in a lot of cases, those patients were having a hard time, with their own meal preparation. So they reached out to Meals on Wheels and worked with them to find a way to deliver meals directly to these folks. So it helped Meals on Wheels advance its mission of getting meals and food out to people who need it, and it helped these patients to have a speedier recovery and have better health outcomes. There doesn't really seem to be a formal way in which the sector is actually finding ways to bring people together and sit down and talk through possibilities and come up with innovative ideas for this type of collaboration. And I think that's kind of unfortunate. Unless we're able to do that, I think a lot of these collaborations are going to happen in isolation or by serendipity. So I think there are a few ways that the sector could become more deliberate about doing this. One would be for organizations like the Better Business Bureau Wise Giving Alliance to actively work to bring people together around the table to talk through what they're working on and find out if there's some unexpected common ground between them that they can start to partner and collaborate around. I also think there's opportunities on the foundation side of the equation for them to make grant funds available specifically for organizations that work outside of their mission. And then I think on top of that, it's an incumbent on nonprofits themselves to be putting themselves out there. I know it's really hard to do that when you're working really hard every day to deliver on your mission and raise money and satisfy your board, but finding opportunities to get out of the office and go to convenings and try to meet new people and strike up conversations and look actively for ways to do this rather than just dismissing somebody who works in another mission as somebody who may not be a good partner for you. There is some concern if this goes, if this isn't done deliberately, that organizations could be moving outside of their mission and moving into mission creep. However, I think if you can look at your mission, maybe a little less on specific activities and more on outcomes, and if you can prove that working with somebody in a different mission will actually drive better outcomes and actually help you achieve your mission in a more substantive way, I think you can avoid that mission creep. And if you put that lens up against it, that'll help you make smart decisions about which collaborations actually make sense. If you are looking at a collaboration with another organization or a partnership with another organization and you're not seeing it driving an outcome that actually helps move you closer to your mission, then you probably are moving outside of your comfort zone there.